everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Shauna, and welcome to Shauna's World. Yay! Hey, everybody. What's going on? How is everybody doing? Well, I decided to do a Get Ready With Me video. Yay! Going out to have a small little breakfast with my neighbor. How exciting is that? Yes, my neighbor. I think that's so great if you can go out and do something with your neighbor. I always wanted that. I think it's nice if you can get along with your neighbor and keep a connection, because you guys are neighbors. So many people are fighting with their neighbors, and yeah. I've had that before. I didn't fight, but I had a difficult neighbor who did not like kids, and I remember he used to always be banging, because my kids were like loud or jumping around, and he was like, oh, it's so loud. One time I had a birthday party, and I invited him. I invited several people. This is before I knew that he was a nut. And so I invited him and told him I was going to have a birthday party, and then it was my 45th birthday party. Yes. And I believe it was like midnight, and then he come banging our door. The music is too loud. Turn it down. And or otherwise I'm going to call the police. And I was just like, dog, And then ever since then, it was just always every 5 minutes just banging on my door. And then one really funny thing happened. And guys, I did not wish this on him, but one day he calls, or no, he doesn't call. He comes up and he's like, my whole bathroom ceiling caved down on me, and I gotta have it repaired, and they need to come into your apartment because there must be something wrong with your water system. Did you leave it on or something, or blah blah blah, because everything's caved in. And then I took a peek in. He let me come in and take a peek, and I had to secretly laugh to myself because I'm thinking, that's what you get for being such a meano, because he was not friendly at all. Ugh, terrible person. Yeah, so in general, I've always tried to, if I moved in or if somebody moved in, I would try to greet them and be like, hi, da-da-da. Or one time I had this place, and the janitor lived right below me, which I thought, oh, that's odd. The janitor lives below me. He basically takes care of the house, and so it was a bit odd, but I didn't think too much of it. And he never came up and complained, but he was just really arrogant. He just wasn't a nice person either. So the other people in the house were pretty nice. Yeah. So, if you have a good neighbor or somebody who's somewhat cool, consider yourself lucky, because I think that's a blessing in disguise if you can make peace with your neighbor. 6 months later, did you know what my neighbor did? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to jinx myself. Yeah. However, no, I think it's nice if you can go and have breakfast. Yeah, so let's do these eyebrows. Today I am wearing the color green. I am so feeling the color green. Oops. I love these pants. I got them in Fuerteventura. And yeah, green is a nice color. I would have never thought or saw myself wearing the color green, honestly. But I like green, so brings out my undertones, I think. And I like the color orange too, but orange is just not me. I don't know, not my color, although I love the color orange. So, yes, I want to talk about something because this is so disturbing, and I just don't see it. But now I looked it up, and I learned a bit about it. There's these videos that's been popping up. Apparently, these Instagram models are flying over to Dubai and hooking up with some of these rich, what do they call them? Sheikhs. These rich Arab guys. And they're getting money from these guys. But in order for them to get money, they're allowing these guys to defecate on them. Yes, I said defecate. I don't get it. And you know what? I watch a lot of creepy movies sometimes, not all the time. I mean, I like actually horror movies. I don't really like creepy, realistic, ego movies. But I found this one channel, and this guy basically, or this channel basically, he goes into he has like this list of videos that which are quite disturbing, and so he'll go on there and he'll explain the movie, and then he'll give his little 2 cents at the end. And a lot of these movies, there's always feces involved. Feces. Yuck. So I'm like, what is the obsession with feces? And I've heard it before. I mean, I've heard even back in the 90s. I believe there was this one girl, and I was listening to her, and she was talking about how this guy wanted her to defecate on him, you know. I hear it often, and so I'm just like, what is the obsession with that? I think that is so disgusting. I mean, ugh. Oh gosh, I mean, the thought of it. Okay, so however, this channel I was watching the other day, he was going back and he was explaining like really difficult movies to watch. And there was this one movie that was made back in the 70s. It was actually made back in, it's an Italian movie. And the movie was actually based on a book from guess who? Help me, I hope I'm not pronouncing this guy's names wrong. The Marquis de Sade. I'm probably totally butchering his name. But he had this book called 120 Days of Sodom or Odom. So 120 Days Sodom? And so the movie was based on this book that he came out. Yes, let's see. And this guy happens to be a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. This was a sicko. This guy was really famous. Marquis de Sade. I don't know. Probably, like I said, I'm butchering his name, pronunciation. And they said he was a French nobleman, a revolutionary politician, a philosopher, a writer, a famous writer, where his depictions of largely imagined libertine sexuality. His works include novels, short stories, plays, dialogues, and political traits. Yeah, this guy, yeah, he had, 120 Days of Sodom. And this book, or this book came out in 1785. So this goes to show me, first of all, in this movie, there were a lot of feces scenes with people like, it's disgusting. What? You know, yes, it was based on that book. So this producer who created that movie that came out in the 70s was based on a book from this guy, Marquise de Sade. This guy was weird. I mean, I've seen another movie from this guy, and he's just weird. I don't know what he was on. He was weird. And I don't understand how he can be admired. I mean, I sometimes ask myself, what's the difference between art and crimi and sicko, Because a lot of people like to, um, instead of saying that it's sick, it's considered art, but that's not art. And however, my point is, feces it's an actual. I looked it up, and it's called cropophilia, and it is the desire. I mean, people really get off on feces. Ew. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, how sick is that? And then I read, mind you, I looked this up. This is a statement from Wikipedia. Because, like I said, it's an actual, it's not well, they considered it like it's a disorder. I mean, I see it as a disorder. But yeah, it is called cropophilia. That is the name of this disorder or dysfunction. And yeah, that it is true that there are people who are, they become aroused from that. And I just think that is so disgusting. And then I heard it all. One of my favorite musicians. I mean, honestly, I'm not really interested what he does behind closed doors. Actually, more interested in this guy's his music. But then they wrote in Wikipedia that this guy's name is Chuck Berry. Yes, the Chuck Berry. I love Chuck Berry. I love his music. Go, Johnny, go. I like his music. I mean, I thought he's such a talented guy. I mean, he is like a rock and roll original. However, they put him in the description of cropophilia because apparently he has a fetish for it. Can you imagine? And has been taken to court and sued because he made some videos with women, performing this, cropophilia or this defecating act. Disgusting, right? I don't know. And so, yeah, my point is, and then there's these Instagram models, the story about these Instagram models. I mean, it's actually not a story, they're videos that are floating around where it shows these women and they're not only, allowing these guys to, perform this act on them, but, they are also asked to devour it. Oh gosh. Oh, it's so nasty. And they get paid for it. And I just like, where do you draw the line? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, do you feel that low about yourself? Are you just that, desperate for money? I mean, I don't know. I feel really bad. I mean, because it just goes to show you, you can be really beautiful, but if you have no self-esteem or no boundaries, I mean, you'll do anything. Who was it? It was Martin Luther King who said, stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Or was that Malcolm X? I'm not sure. One of those guys said that. And they're totally right. Stand for something or otherwise you'll fall for anything. Show some boundaries. I mean, that's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's no way in heck, no way. Ugh. It's so nasty. I don't know. I question human beings sometimes. I don't know. This is something wrong. It's something very wrong, you know? Um, just the idea. Feces, yuck. And like I said, it's been going on for a very, very, very long time. A very long time. There is a history behind it. And the fact that it even has its own definition, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. However, I thought I would share that. I wanted to talk about that because that bothered me. I don't know. Hope you guys ate already. I didn't. I think I lost my appetite. Yes. Oh gosh. I don't know. Okay, let's change the topic. Let's talk about something positive. The weather is so beautiful. I'm so excited about the weather. I mean, it has been really showing off for, how can I say, it's been so exciting because now the weather is beautiful here. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's just absolutely abnormally beautiful. Nice sunny weather. Look, I got tank top on. I mean, crazy. I just hope it doesn't go back to cold. You know, in Germany, you just never know. Um, Summers aren't really promised. I mean, here it's a lot better. I mean, in mid Germany, in the middle of Germany. So the weather's pretty, I mean, we pretty much experience the four seasons, not quite, but you're guaranteed to get some type of summer. Maybe not that long. Um, like last year, it was really cold around this time of year, believe it or not. Summer started quite late here. Believe it didn't really start until like July. We had cold weather, it was raining. And then the year before that, in 2020, it was beautiful. It was just like it is now. Um, the it started off with spring. We had really nice spring. We were able to go outside, and that's, yeah, like I said, it's rare, so it varies. And then everybody kept saying, "Oh, it's going to be such a hot summer." This was last year. I was like, "It's going to be such a hot summer," and it wasn't very hot at all. Like I said, it didn't start warming up until July, and then we traveled to Fuerteventura. There we are guaranteed a summer. I know, it's crazy. But funny though, because when I was still living in the States, I hated the summers over there. I'm from the East Coast, and if anybody is familiar with the East Coast, it can get very, very hot, ugly, sticky, humid, very, very humid. I don't know. I do not like humidity. It's awful, absolutely awful. Um, I do not like that type of climate, because you can't breathe. The moment you go outside, you're already sweating, you know. Um, I don't like that. Um, if you head out to the west, like Texas is nice. But Texas is also hot, but it's a dry heat, so it's better. I prefer the dry heat more so than the humidity. One time I was in Arizona, and I just about passed out. Oh my goodness, that was a heat that I had never, never, ever, 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 ever experienced. I mean, I've been to some hot places, like I've been to Australia, and I was there during the summertime, which is our winter. And Sydney was okay. Sydney wasn't extreme hot, but I was in Darwin. Was it Darwin? No, no, no. Where was I? No, Darwin is north. Where was I? No, Perth. Exactly. I was in Perth. In Perth, I got off that plane, and that heat just like, pow. So it was like also like a very dry, hot, deserty heat. Very, very hot there. Perth was really nice. I really enjoyed myself in Perth. But again, it's very, very hot, and the beaches are beautiful, but that beach, ooh, I mean, it was beautiful, white, sandy beaches, but terrible because it was very windy, very, very windy. So you sat outside and you really, the sand was just hitting, smacking you in your face. Couldn't stay out there too long. Oh man, it's hard to find good beaches where you can hang out, where you can go into the water and not encounter jellyfish. Oh gosh, on the East Coast, it's full of jellyfish. Oh, I hated jellyfish. To this day, I don't really go into the water. When I go to the beach, I'm really skeptical about going into the water. Because I hate jellyfish, and there used to always be a ton of those things. Slimy, coming up on the coast. Oh, it was so ugly. And those things, they sting. Fuerteventura, you don't have that problem. No, you don't have jellyfish. I mean, I haven't seen any. The water's pretty cold. I assume they don't like cold water. They like warm temperature. That's what I'm assuming. I think the Atlantic is not so cold like the Pacific, or in Fuerteventura, it's basically Pacific and Atlantic. Is it Pacific? No. Actually, that is no. What is that? Oh, it's Atlantic. I don't know. However, over there the water's a little bit warmer. Oh no, cooler. Yes, close to the equator. Not that close, but pretty much. However, there's no jellyfish, so that's a good thing. I've been to the beach in Chile as well. That water's freezing. Now that is Pacific, and it is freezing. That water is cold, okay? Very cold. Gets very, very hot in Chile as well. Pooh, very, very hot. But it's not so hot where it's like unbearable, you know. I was also there during the summertime, and yeah, no jellyfish. I guess they would be icicle fish. I don't know, or jelly icicles. I don't know. Yeah. So, however, where was I? Yes, the weather is beautiful here, so I am so enjoying it. And yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last. The other day it rained, which is okay. It was a huge storm. Huge storm. I guess because it got so hot, because it did, yeah, it was really hot. It was a bit humid hot too. And all of a sudden it just cut loose. It just started pouring. And then you heard this boom. And I'm like, oh my goodness. That was a big thunder crack. I mean, it was so hard that everything was shaking. I miss those thunderstorms. We used to get them all the time in the East Coast because it would get so hot. And usually in the afternoon or in the evening time, it would just cut loose, you know, because it just got so hot. In Florida, ooh, there you can see some amazing electrical storms down there. I used to love storms. I used to tape them, believe it or not. Storms they're quite soothing, or just to hear the rain hit the house. I like that. It's a soothing sound. I used to record them. Now I like the sound of the sea, or I like to hear birds. I have this bird box. Yes, it's a bird box. And every time you go in the bathroom, it's in my bathroom. And every time you go in the bathroom, you hear the chirping of the birds. It's so cute. Sometimes though, it can get on your nerves because you're like, oh my gosh, it's like 11 o'clock and I'm hearing birds chirp. Don't you guys sleep? No, it's cute. It's just soothing. It's a really soothing sound. They also have this ocean box as well. You can purchase the ocean box where, you know, when you walk in, you hear the sound of the ocean, but it didn't sound nice. It sounded like somebody was flushing the toilet. No, it didn't do it at all. Not a nice sound. So guys, I am going to mosey on and finish getting ready. Not gonna make this video too long, but yeah, I had to come on and talk about that because that was really disturbing. I mean, just the idea of feces, yuck, and somebody else's feces at that. You know, I just don't get it. Weird, absolutely weird. Okay, so I'm going to mosey on about my day, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, guys, write some comments at the below. I would love to hear you all's opinion. What do you guys think about that? I mean, this feces, this cropophilia disease or dysfunction. Is it not disgusting? Have you guys read any of this Marquis de Sade books? Are you familiar with this guy? Look him up. Sicko. He's a sicko. I mean, I don't know. This guy's weird. Absolutely weird. Yeah. Write your comment below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. I don't know, it's disturbing. And it's really sad that somebody would, you know, go that low just for money, you know. It's not worth it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to hear more from me. Until then, have a wonderful day. I might pop back up here again, but yes. Oh, and tomorrow I will be back at doing my fitness. Yes. Yesterday I did my fitness and I also played tennis, which was like, yes. So I feel a little bit skinnier because you always feel skinnier after playing tennis. Pooh, that tennis will wear you out. I mean, if you guys haven't tried playing tennis, try playing tennis. It's an excellent sport because you work out every part of your body, really. Just moving your arms and stuff. I really want to get rid of these little flabbies here. Tone it down, get some muscle. Okay, guys. Then until next time, bye. Oh, I forgot to mention, don't go nowhere. I'm going to still do my makeup, guys, so you can see the final look. So don't go nowhere. Don't tune out just yet. See you in a bit.